The next will be different. I can see it's about Wiri will tell us a story that we will hear from him, and we will share one part of his life with you guys.
Hi, my name is Wiri. I haven't got a poem to recite to you today. I should have written a script for this.
I got 3.
So, I do write quite a bit, but none of it is, I feel is worthy enough to be shared to such a large crowd. And this is a fantastic crowd. I always felt that I lacked the required aptitude to write a decent poem. But, yeah, I'm really nervous right now. So, anyways, I'm going to share with you a story that I've encountered when I was 15. And the fantastic thing, the story I feel about this story is that it's not written in any of the books. I was just at the right place at the right time, and this is not a story about me. I was not part of this story. I did not make this story happen. It's a story that I was able to witness. And so in a very extremely spiritual level, I feel that this is a story that is given to me and it's presented to me, and it's up to me of how I would like to describe this story and interpret this story and how it would change my life. So anyways, that's how most of the stories begin. It begins with family. And what happened was I had my siblings, my relatives coming down from Ipoh, and they were living with us in KL for the weekend. And they're a fantastic bunch. There's my mom and dad and their 3 kids. And when I was 15, they were like some 6, 7, 8 years younger than me. And so this was one of the nights when we had dinner outside in the city. And after dinner, we didn't want to go home right away. We thought we'd just drive around KL and just explore the nightlife and just look at the fantastic view and the fantastic lights. And so what happened was we ended up at Dataran Merdeka, and this was around 9 to 10 p.m. And you could imagine that the Dataran itself is being flooded by the stadium lights, the floodlights. And right across the street there's Bangunan Sultan Salman, and there's this like, it's draped brown with this yellow lights, and it's glowing with the yellow lights. It's a beautiful sight. And so when we got there, what happened was we let the kids just run around, and they were playing their police and thief or fire and water, whatever you want to call it. And my big sister was watching over them. And my parents and their parents were just at that corner, and they were just talking about adult stuff, politics, petrol prices, boring stuff. So I sort of like straight away did my own sort of exploring. And so what happened was I was walking on the grass, and I saw this little child. This child, he was running, and he was still in his diapers. He was an Indian boy, and he was just running and just like yelling stuff, pretending that he's speaking something. So when he just got right in front of me, in front of my path, what happened? He knocked over this other child, a Chinese boy, also in his diapers. I can't guess children's ages, and I'm not very good at guessing children's gender as well. I'll get that. But they're both dudes, and they're both diapers. I'm guessing that they're 2 years old. So what happened was they knocked each other down, and they both fall on the bottoms, and they were on the grass. No bruises, no cuts, they were all right, they weren't crying. And what happened, I saw, I'm not dropping races here, and I did not place these 2 babies here. This is what happened, I'm telling you that it is. And I saw the mother of the Chinese boy. She sort of just wanted to go forward in a motherly fashion. She wanted to help her child up. But the dad just sort of did that, the forceful but also out of love sort of gesture, as if to say, no, hang on, he's a champion, he could get on his own, he'll be alright. I didn't hear him say that, but that's why I mentioned it. So, anyways, what happened was probably one of the most, arguably most top 3 most beautiful sights I've ever seen in my 20 years on this planet. And what happened was the Chinese boy, he got up on his feet, and he reached his hand over, and he pulled that Indian boy up. He pulled it up, and they were both alright, they were both okay, they didn't say anything, and they hugged. And yeah, oh, exactly, that's what I said. I was there. And yeah, it wasn't one of those awkward hugs like, oh, you're gonna hug me, I'm gonna hug you back, that's like complimentary sort of thing. It was a spontaneous hug, as is to say that this is the most perfect way we should solve this issue. You knock me down, you help me up, I'm gonna hug you now. And that's what he did. And I'm guessing the reason why I got that reaction from you guys is probably, I'm assuming that this is not a common sight that all of us would be able to see every single day. And I feel that you should be. I feel that you should be. And where I'm going to, it's, as you realize from now, it's a pretty basic story with a pretty basic lesson. But I went back and I thought about this, and it just totally just wandered up in my brain and just messed up my cerebellum and things like that. And I thought about this, and I was asking myself, was I able to? And I'm going to ask you, are you able to? If someone, out of accident, if someone was able to knock you over, would you be able to just not whine about it, not cry about it, get up, out of accident, and also help the other person up? And in a metaphorical sense, build each other up. Would you be able to do that? Just build each other up and hug your problems out? Because this is an issue that we see, I'm going to, well, relate it to Malaysia. So this is an issue that we see in Malaysia. And we've just got to agree with that right now, that we have to agree that this racial differences is a massive issue in Malaysia. And if you think that this is a new story that you've been hearing just right now, it's either one, you haven't been in Malaysia long enough, or two, you've been brainwashed by Cuti Cuti Malaysia ads. Honestly, none of us are that happy. And I'm not having a go at you. I just want to get that message across. I'm not having a go at you. I'm pretty sure all of us, we're sitting here, we're having a good time, we're having a laugh. I'm pretty sure all of you are cultured enough and sophisticated enough as humans to sort of know how to deal with this issue. But I'm telling you, because it changed my life, it changed my perspective, it changed the way I thought, the way I spoke, the way I listened to things. And even if you're not part of the conflict, even if you're not one half of the conflict, what if you're a witness? What will you do if you see that happen? Would you be able to stand up? Because me, myself, I've seen a lot of discrimination acts in front of me. And I'm not dropping racist here again, but most of the time it's between the Chinese and the Malays. It's either the Malays are having go at the Chinese and the Chinese having go at the Malays. And I'm assuming this is because most people, when they look at me, they couldn't tell what race I am just by looking at me. Like, people will go like, Mama ni dia orang Melayu ke orang Cina ni? Dia cakap Melayu pasti ke? Macam bunyi macam orang Melayu, tapi mata dia sepet. So whose side is he on? Nobody knows. So in the end, I'm telling you that I've seen all this rubbish, poisonous tongue, all these really hurtful things that people say to each other. And I have to be honest with you right now, I've never done anything about it. I've always wished I would just pick up courage and just nudge them and say, hang on, that's not right, you shouldn't say that, that's very un-Malaysian of you. But I've never had the courage to say that. And I'm telling this to you, hoping that, you were able to be, more of a braver person than I am, and just, stop this sort of bullshit happening. Now, and the baby story changed my life, and the one thing I realized, and I'm pretty sure all of you might have thought about this before, at least at a subconscious level, that babies, no child, no human, no baby is ever born with hate in our heart. And I want you to know this. Hate is a lesson that we learn whilst growing up. Hate is a lesson that is taught to us. And we've done it so well, we do it so well, to the extent that we can stand here today and say that hate is the most human thing to feel. It's easy to feel that, we don't like things that are different to us. We like to be in our comfort zones, and this is what we call human. If that is the case, I refuse to be human. I refuse to be someone better, and I'm hoping that you guys will do the same. And yeah, it just really overwhelmed me what I said, what I saw that day. And I've never spoken to any, I've spoken to a few friends, just private conversations, and this is the first time I'm actually speaking to a crowd. And yeah. Anyways, my name is Wiri. I hope that you guys are having an awesome evening. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I hope you have a beautiful year. Thank you.